Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? So, what are we going to be doing today? What are we going to be doing this week? So, I will be on. I'm trying to think if I should come on later today. There's just so many videos to do. I'll figure it out because I didn't do the second half of the cleaning. So, I'm trying to figure out if I should do it tonight, later on today. There's so many videos to do. So I think what I'm going to do is get out the videos that I want to get out. There's several. There's one on China, one on Trump, one on Shanquilla. Did I do Meg Thee Stallion already after the verdict? I could save that one, though. Did I do Meg Thee Stallion after the verdict? Let me just check my history. What? I didn't even notice that. Oh, I did Meg versus 1501. Hold on a second, guys. Come on. Come on. Let's do this to me. Damn, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Meg Thee Stallion. I think I want to do that as a psychic event. What do you guys think? That would be better to do what's around Megan after the verdict, but I should do it as a psychic event. Gabrielle, did you email me? Did you email me, sweetie? You passed? Oh. Did you email me? I got an email from someone with the same name. Congratulations. Oh, you did email me. Oh, congratulations. It's official. Oh, through God's grace. Yes, through God's grace. Congratulations. We got another good nurse being put out there in the world. Thank you, God. Another black nurse. We actually need as many black nurses as we can. I don't know if I ever told you all this story, but there was this woman, which is why it's important that we have black representation. Gabrielle. So we're at the nurse's station, right? And a mother just gave birth. And they're signing off, right? So they're giving report to each other. And the white nurse says to the black nurse, I already put in for a psych consult. And she goes, and the black nurse is thinking, oh no, I got a crazy one. Like, they're handing me the crazy one. And she goes, what's going on? And she goes, she keeps patting her head like this. And the nurse goes, Is she black? And the white nurse goes, yeah. And she goes, when we get our hair done, sometimes it hurts. So we pat it. And the white nurse goes, she's not crazy. It's just a thing in a culture. That's why we need representation. Do you know what I mean? That's why we need representation. Because the poor white nurse just didn't know. Patting your head is a whole. You go to Walmart, girl got bonnet on, and she's doing this. You know she just got her hair done. I'm not expecting for every other culture to know this. I know it. So you know me. I gotta be nosy. Did you just get your hair done, child? Girl, you know I did. Right. I do know you did. Because I know the signs. And crazy is not one of them. Like, we might be a little crazy, but it's not gonna show up that way. Isn't that funny? Oh, everybody saying congratulations, Gabrielle. Congratulations. Walk in your destiny. Walk in your magic. So I have another complaint out here. I mean, listen. The one thing you're going to get out of me is a complaint a day. So my complaint is with Sanaya Lathan. I'm sorry, Sanaya. I get you. I get you. I get what you were trying to say. But Sanaya, you're a little Sanaya Lathan. Let me just tell you what she wrote, first of all. Shit, now I'm not going to be able to find it. So listen to this. Sanaya Lathan post, we always talk about Black girl magic. And we know that is the case. And yet, I would like to say to each of you that you are enough without the magic. You are enough. You are enough because you are breathing, because you are here. You are enough. You are loved by the God that made you. Sometimes we don't feel so magical. And even on those days, you are enough. I don't have to do anything other than be. I am enough. Got it. Sanaya, got it. I hear you. And I think it was beautiful what you said. I hear you. But magic is something that's inherited in us and for us. We're not going with this you are enough bullshit. It took us forever to believe in ourselves, especially as women, right? It took so much to realize that we are above and beyond. My slave ancestors didn't have a word, right? The first generation of freedom people didn't have a word. The civil rights movement didn't have a word. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s, no one had a word for how consistent Black girl magic is. So I don't know who created the word Black girl magic, but it's just truth. I am because I have inherited Black girl magic. And you don't get to take that away with this, you are who you are, what you are. No, that's not enough for me. In fact, that feels like you're diminishing me to fit in with everybody else. And what we have discovered is that no one lets us fit in. So it must be because of the magic. So I responded, but magic is real. African magic is more realer. We already know we are enough. They don't. So I'm going to use my magic every day because I already know. Listen, Black girl magic is not for the faint at heart. If you don't think you got it, Sanaya, then okay. Go be in the category of people that think it's okay to just be without being. But I have Black girl magic, and the Black girl magic that I know, we on a purple brick road. We're not on a yellow brick road, but you can stay there, Sanaya, because I know there are some mental health issues that you're trying to work through, right? So stay there. When you're ready, come over to the purple brick road where magic is. Sorry, guys. Just saying. Just saying. It's because you're a celebrity. Don't make you know it all. You're putting your personal stuff out into the world, and people are following you and you're messaging because you're a celebrity. Let me debunk that. Black girl magic is everything. And those that know it, know it. And those that want to be it, come on the purple brick road. You will find out. No one will be left behind. And you ain't got to do nothing more than show up and be. Ebony? Ebony? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Don't take your celebrity status and pull my people to some yellow brick road about, oh, you just need to be and that's enough. Fuck out of here. We are the golden icy. Thank you. Cherry on top and magic sparks. Girl, Tanisha, you be throwing down. You'll be throwing down. That's like lyricism. That's bullful. We are the golden icy. Cherry on top and magic sparks. Oh, girl, I love that. Yeah, that's what we are. Period. So we're not trying to play a mental game on the world. You are enough. I know I'm enough. I know. I created this whole world. I know. Moving on. Look what I got. Look what I got. I'm going to do some mashing this weekend. I don't even want mashed potatoes for the New Year's. I've never made mashed potatoes for the New Year's. I probably won't make it. I might. The point is that I have it. I have a mashed potato masher.
Troyce. Hi, Finna Lover. Hi, Tiffany. Good morning, Tanisha. Good morning, good morning. Good health, good health, good health. Good morning to everyone. Yes, Gabrielle, getting ready to put this woman on a psych hold. And depending upon what old motherfucking doctor she got, right? A lot of psych doctors are not young. They crippled up and old. He might have ordered some meds for her and she not even know that she's on psych meds. Yeah, we do, Magic Mermaid. All right. You know how we pat? That's what we do. We pat. And let me tell you something. Even when you get your hair twist, when I get my hair twist by a professional, that's why I'd rather do the shit myself. They be pulling. It's like, yo, what are you doing? And when they twist, this is all you do. Oh, oh, oh. So we need representation, Gabrielle. So thank you so much for going into nursing. That is so cool. Okay, I'm going to ask if everyone wants to do a, well, you know, wait, no, that's New Year's Day. I mean, let me just put the word into the group. I mean, we don't have to do it early. We could do it, I don't know. Hold on. All right. I put the word out. We'll see how everyone feels about it. Hi, Cappy. Good morning and good health. Good morning and good health, everyone. Okay, so yesterday, I didn't make coffee. I cannot live without coffee. I cannot live without coffee. I knew something was wrong when I started my feed this morning. Like something felt uncomfortable. Shit. I'll make coffee in a minute. Let me see what my job is going to look like today. 5 things you need to know. Snowstorm, of course. Ukraine, China. I got to do a video on China, guys. Extreme weather and immigration. Let me check something else if they don't mention the right thing. Texas is Texas. I don't care about all that. Texas and immigrants and Kamala. You know, okay. All right. We'll check it onto that. Good morning, Sonia. Aw. Put it on. Put the tea on. Yeah, I'm going to put the tea on. Put the tea on sounds like a good segment. Put the tea on. I'll tell you a story about put the tea on. You want to hear a story about put the tea on? I know I told this story before, but put the tea on. Hold on a second. Let me go make my coffee, and then we'll talk about put the tea on. Because, you know, I got a story for everything. Yes, everybody. Everybody's like, yes, please tell us the story because we know they're good. Ditto, I can't live without coffee. Right. Right. It's not happening. It's not happening. All right. Let me put this up, and then can't live without coffee. Right. We're not doing it. We'll play some music. Oh, what happened here? Wait. Did they take? Oh, music. Okay. I like this. All right. So I'm also going to be wearing the same pants every day this week because I don't want to have a lot of laundry to do for the end of the year. So get over yourselves. I'm going to be wearing, oh, what a pretty picture. I'm going to be wearing the same pants. Did y'all see my IG post where I said, this is how I'm going into the new year?
bunch of cheerleaders. And by the way, I used to be a former cheerleader, so it hit close to heart, but I was never that kind of cheerleader, right? I was a cute little pom-pom, oversized pom-poms, no less, oversized. When they went to something else, I was like, y'all not real cheerleaders unless you got the oversized. They were as big as Dumbo's head when I was a cheerleader. And I was a cheerleader in high school, and then I was a cheerleader in college. And in both places, the pom-poms were oversized, ridiculous. But then you all thought it was cute to advance, and you shrunk the pom-poms. But I like the shrink pom-pom. Now y'all don't even use pom-poms. If you don't use your hands, you... Y'all don't even need pom-poms no more. Let me see something. Yvette Stevenson. Good morning, everyone. Do not mean to take you off topic, Tracy. Well, yeah, I did hear that. I did hear it. I mean, that girl been crazy, first of all. Let's just start there. And I don't know if she's dead, but I do believe that she would do anything for R. Kelly. And she has not been talking to her parents. And yeah, I did hear that. But did I never do a reading on that? Because R. Kelly can't have sex with her. He can't even sneak out his sperm. I think it's a gimmick, guys. I don't believe Jocelyn, her name is I don't know. I don't know. It's a saga that continues, and I wish the bleeding would stop because none of us want this investment anymore in R. Kelly. Like, go to jail and sit down. Like, why can't the jails control this man? I'm just saying, he needs to come back into court, and somebody needs to put a muzzle on him because even the jails can't control him. I don't know. I don't believe she's dead. I think the dad is upset with himself. So at this stage of the game, he's putting out a messaging that something could have happened to her. But he's right. She's brainwashed. She'll do anything for R. Kelly. What, Dad? What? Didn't you see the interview with Gayle King? Azriel got deprogrammed, and they broke up their friendship because Azriel woke up. So I don't know what you expect. It's bad. It's a cult. It's a cult. I don't know. I feel sad for the dad, right? But I feel bad for the dad. But I also think he can't autocorrect what his participation in this, I think, is what I'm trying to say. He can't correct it now. And I think speaking out is his way to correct it. But I also think if he doesn't speak out for her, then who will? So that's why we have parents to say, yeah, my child fucked up, but somebody better find me my child. And that's why you have parents. So I think let's just remember that he's a dad and something went completely wrong. And trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together is going to be one of the hardest jobs. you know? And the thing about Jocelyn is that she seems to be very strong and fixated in her love for this despicable, convicted man. And so I just think that, I just think it's a lot to unravel. It's just a lot to unravel. It's just a lot. And her mental health is, I don't know. She's in a cult, guys. She's in a cult. Something that I guess R. Kelly is still controlling from prison. Yvette says, congratulations again. Not again, but congratulations. And Tracey Brown, be setting us straight. I'm just absorbing and listening. You got it, Tracey. Yeah. You know. Yeah, I mean, I thought about doing a reading on it, but then I'm like, I don't know if I want to. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And, oh, there's a hawk. Oh, kind of low. Hawk never comes down this low. And, I don't know. It's just a lot for this little girl. Like, she's so young. Um, and beaten into submission, and you don't know if where any of one of those beatings took her to a new place, right? I don't know. In any case, I do wish Jocelyn well, and I mean it with all my heart. Like, I pray for her temple. I pray for her mental health. And I pray that she's not being used to get money. And that's what I think is really happening, that she is being used with this GoFundMe to supply him in jail. Because didn't they see, this makes so much sense now. They took away, he had a GoFundMe, and the judge took it away. And then took away his commissary because of how he was getting his monies. Don't you guys remember anything like that? I don't know. All right. Don Francisco. I think I know that one. Is that the one with the yellow can? This program is not brought to you by Folgers. That's really cute. Good day, everyone. Hi, Sunny Day. So, put the tea on. That sounds like a good segment. What can I do with a segment that's put the tea on? I like that name. So, when I was trying to create my own, psychic show with a bunch of psychics, right? The first time, this was the very first time, um, I had already been discussing it with one of my friends um, in the store that I worked out of, right? And it was just a pipe dream. So he was just talking out loud, not that big of a deal. But then I met someone that felt like she could create a reel to make it come true. And I said, okay, this is interesting. So the person I had been talking to at the store where I worked from, not the Green Man store, it's another store where I worked from. I told her, I says, listen, there's a possibility that there could be a makeup of a bunch of psychics to come together. So I'm going to pull a bunch of people to participate. And of course, you're the first one I thought about because we had been talking about this for quite some time. And she was like, oh my God, Tracey, great idea, blah, 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 blah. So the concept was to bring all kinds of psychics through, right? So I wanted a medium, a pet psychic, a tea reader, like all kinds of psychics, right? So that everyone could see the plethora that's out there, right? It's a vast world, right? One of my psychic friends, she was Asian, and she found a way to use rice. I thought that was amazing. Actually, her name was Sunny, come to think of it. And I was like, this is brilliant, right? And she did a really good job at rice reading, right? I've wound up being around some amazing people.
We're now getting closer to producing this, right? Because we're finding the right people. Didn't really know what the setup was going to be like, but we had the people, right? And I was the only Black one. Now, if you're upset that I always talk about blackity this and blackity that, leave, right? The psychic world didn't have Black people in it. I was the one. So if you hear me speak blackity this, blackity that, leave, because that's my experience. Okay, so I was the only Black one, right? And it was my creation. But again, not to put anybody down, but a lot of white tea. Oh, what? I was trying to give you the initials and it didn't come out right. They don't always like it when chocolate comes up with the creation. It's my experience. That's the experience in history. So I come up with this concept to create, and it was way before, I really believe it was way before reality shows. I wanted something like The View. So it was definitely before reality shows. I wanted something like The View, right? Which was probably the only show that had a healthy Black representation. Star Jones, who was a lawyer, right? And so that's what I was trying to create, this round table of psychics. I tried it several times. This was the first time. When the one that I was working with calls the producer, supposed producer, and she says, Tracey stole the idea. And I don't know what kind of conversation we had, but the producer, who's white, called me, because there's no such thing as text messages back in the day, and she goes, "You're out." And I said, "Out of what?" And she goes, "You're out of this production because you stole it." How did I steal it? Because my heart is like, I said, let me listen first. How did I steal it? You had a conversation with so-and-so, and the concept came from her son, who created a concept called Put the Tea On. Even if he did create a concept called Put the Tea On, she never discussed it with me. Somehow or another, when I got down to the brass tactics, she told her son about this show she was going to participate in. Her son said, to his mom, he said, "You're stealing my show. That's my show idea," to his mom, and stop talking to his mom. I had nothing to do with that, right? So then I said to the producer, who didn't produce anything ever, I was like, wait, what? No, 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 no. And then I realized, first I cussed her out, but then I realized I could prove it. Not that I had to prove it, but at the time, 3 years earlier, before coming to the store, I emailed the concept to myself. And the email literally said a Wendy Williams merge view. Like, I don't remember the wording, but it was like the View and Wendy Williams merge to create a whole new concept full of psychics. I had emailed it to myself. So I sent her the motherfucking email, which is a legal document. So nobody owns Put the Tea On. So I might make a segment called Put the Tea On. Now I stole it. Bitch. Ooh, well, I get hot very quickly. When I get mad, I get hot. Now I'm gonna steal it. Don't fuck with me. It just dawned on me. I was like, wait, Put the Tea On. That's a nice name for a segment. And I was like, oh, I remember now. Yeah, now come after me, hoes. All of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had some name for it. Years later, I tried it again. I tried it 3 times. Years later, I tried it again, and it was, I forgot at the time, because then Jason was a part of it later on. And then I tried it online on Zoom. And that time it was called The View from the Other Side, which is a great name. That didn't work out. None of it worked out. None of it worked out. It is what it is. Wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. I'm gonna wipe this on me. I just can't stand sticky hands. All right. I'll put the stickiness on my clothes. All right. Miss Tracy. Oh, that's really good. The clear people. I like it. I'll do that. That sounds better. All right. So I went out yesterday. So on Christmas Day, just so you guys know, right? God will give you what you want if you believe. Click your heels 3 times and believe, and God will give you what you want. A lot of times, God doesn't give you what you want because you don't see it when God gave it to you. Right? We're so busy looking through eyes of disbelief that we can't see when the blessings show up, right? Because it doesn't show up the way you want it to show up, basically, right? So Christmas Day, I thought the carnival would begin the next day on the 26th. I'm pretty sure I heard it somewhere. And I said Christmas Day, I said, God, I want to go to carnival with someone, right? Now that's a near impossibility. 1, I don't know anyone. Not enough people. And the people that I do know, like, it's kind of weird to say, come spend carnival with me, because everyone might think I'm trying to date them. I'm not trying to date any of you people. I just want to have a good time here. So please don't take it next level, right? Doesn't matter, right? So I don't get to like say to someone, hey, do you want to spend carnival with me? And these are the dates. Do you want to hang out, right? Because everybody's weird, right? I feel like I'm a teenager in this town because everybody's weird or married. Okay, so Sunday I spoke to God and I was like, I don't want to spend carnival alone. But I didn't say it like that. I was just talking inside my head. And I said, I'm going to go down to this place called Frederiksted. I'm going to go down to Frederiksted and I don't want to be alone, right? But at the same time, I'm like, but if I have to be alone, I'm going to go down and have a good time, regardless, right? So I leave, right, to get my master. And because I figured, yeah, if anything, the only thing I'm gonna do today is go get my master, right? So I leave with the intentions of just go getting my master. When a taxi pulls up, and he doesn't look like he wants to take me. He looks like he's in an attitude. But I was like, yo, I've been waiting here all this time, and you're gonna get in an attitude and tell me, no, you're not taking people? So I kept walking up to him. And he looked at me with attitude. He goes, where are you going? And I was like, something else. And he's like, I'm not going that far. I was like, well, how far are you going? And he goes, Market. I was like, fine, I'll go to Market, right? So I jump in, right? He was going to take me regardless. Little did he know, right? So I get in, and he goes, you never called me. And I looked up, and I see the guy's name. And I was like, yes, I did. I called you 3 times. And you never picked up. So. And then he goes, maybe my internet wasn't working. I was like, why would you give me 2 telephone numbers, mind you? Why would you give me 2 telephone numbers and you don't have internet at home? And he goes, I have internet. So nothing's making sense. So then he goes, call me right now. I was like, oh my God, now I got to prove to this motherfucker. So I call him, and it goes through. And he goes, it's going through. And I was like, well, we're in the car. And I was like, let me call the other numbers. I called the other number, and it's going through. Why is he walking around with 2 phones in the fucking Caribbean, right? If you in Florida, if you in California, if you in the hood in New York City, carry 2 phones. No one needs 2 phones in the Caribbean. But I don't say nothing, right? And both phones work. And I was like, well, I'm sticking to it. I called you. You didn't pick up. I called you 3 times in 1 week. You didn't pick up. End of story. Right? I'm not fighting with no ninjas out there. Okay? So then he goes, he softens a bit, and he goes, you want to go for drinks? I'm like, sure. Middle of the day, right? Sure. So we ride all the way down to Frederiksted. No, so he does drop me off, right? He drops me off, and he says to me for him to call him later. And I was like, fine. But turns out there was only one driver on the road, and that was his black ass, right? So I come out of the supermarket with a bag. I can't go in the supermarket and get one damn thing. So I come back with a bag of shit. And he's going in the opposite direction. So I just waved at him, right? Thinking there's going to be other people on the road. He turns right around, and he says, I'll take you home. I was like, great. So I get in, and he's like, I don't know how I wound up being stuck with him. It got weird at some point, but not in a bad way, in a good way. But for whatever reason, I stayed stuck in his taxi going up and down the island, right? It didn't really bother me. I just think I misinterpreted what he said. I would have rather had gone home and then let him go make his money and then come back and get me. But that's not what happened. I wound up stuck in the car. Who cares? So at some point, I'm a little confused. And then I go, I'm going to go to downtown with you. When you circle back, can you take me to my house? He says, sure. And then he goes, I thought you were going to drinks with me. And I was like, well, I thought you were going to go drinking in Frederiksted. He goes, I don't go drinking in Frederiksted. I'm like, I'm so confused. I actually don't know why I'm sitting here. Like an hour and a half is going by, right? I was like, I just don't know why I'm sitting here. And then he goes, let's take a run back down to Frederiksted, and that'll be it. And I was like, okay. He went to go take me to one place, Coconut something, and it was closed. So he went to take me to another place. And what I can tell you is that most of the places, and Caribbean people, if you are watching, please forgive me. most of them are dives, right? You know what dives are back in the States. Like, it's the backwoods. Even the police don't come there, right? And it's laden with liquor all over the place. It's made together by two sticks, right? And he takes me there, and I noticed what he noticed, but I didn't. He said something. So he takes me there, and I have a coconut rum. And then there's this other thing that they put into a jug, and it was full of herbs, right? Now, I knew what it was, but I was talking to the taxi guy, and I was like, they put cinnamon in rum? So I thought it was a taste thing, right? And the other one was filled with herbs. So he called the lady over, and he goes, she wants to know what's in the other jug. And she goes, it's too much to even explain. And so I just looked at her like, in any case, I took a sip of that, the one with a lot of herbs in it, because they give it in little shots. And he goes, the taxi guy goes, this is the reason why we never got COVID. Yeah. The island never got COVID. Nope. Not to the extremities. Y'all got it. Nope. And I was like, huh. And then when we got ready to go, he says, you know, when we walked in, all eyes was on us. And I was like, no, all eyes was on me. But I didn't say that out loud. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, in my mind, I'm going, all eyes was on me. I had cute little pump. I had these shorts on because I've been wearing them all week. And then I would assume it's because I was a cute thing. I could assume that. However, I had on my shirt yesterday that said psychic. So all eyes might have been on me because I had on an obnoxious shirt that said psychic. But I didn't want to bust his bubble. He's like, all eyes were on us. And I was like, I know. And then he goes, you know, when you go out at night in St. Croix, you have to dress up. I was like, what? I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, you have to dress up. All eyes have to be on you. And I was like, oh, okay. I say this because I got my wish. I said to God, I don't want to be alone on Monday. And I wasn't. I had a really good time on Monday, even if it meant hanging out with somebody in their taxi. I want to live there too, sweetheart. You should. You should. Lottie, y'all need to come when it is rice is powerful, draws money as well. Sure does. Talking about these are the things that you're going to need for the new year, right? You're going to get a whole bag of lemons, a whole bag of limes, or 2 bags of lemons, but you need a lot of lemons. If you want to get 4 bags, get 4 bags. A lot of magic needs to be done for the new year. A mixed bag of beans and a bag of black-eyed peas. Remember that, a mixed bag and a bag of black-eyed peas. Don't get a bunch of different bags of beans. Just get a mixed bag of beans and black-eyed peas. We're going to put them together. You also need bread. I prefer that you use like a roll, like one of those. It doesn't matter. I'll show you. Honey. Money. A $1 bill, a $5 bill, a $10 bill. If you want to put more in, fine, put more in. Let me think now. Bay leaf, garlic, because I'm going to teach you all how to make this. I'm going to teach you all how to make this. I love the smell of this. All right. This is all for protection for the New Year's, guys. So bay leaf, garlic. What am I forgetting? I'm going to tell you what Psalms to use to bring in the new year for health, wellness, and protection. Okay. And that's it. I'm trying to think of something else. So that's why I feel like, and this is all for the new year, so you don't have to do it before the new year. You could do it in the new year. So don't drive yourself crazy like you need to get these products way before the new year. The only thing you need to do before the new year is clean. Clean as well as you can. All right? Declutter the air around you. So I'm on restriction again, but I stay on restriction on no activities on TikTok. They're always putting me on restriction. I don't know why. Who gave birth to twins? Wait. Oh, a 54-year-old woman gave birth to twins? What? Yeah, I said older women are going to start having babies. That's fucking amazing. Oh, I love that. All right, I saved the video so I could do something with it later. Let me see if I can go live. Let me see if they let me go live. All right. I'll just let the live stay. Hi, TikTok. I'll just let the live stay. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, but I said that weird things are going to start happening. Like mature women are going to start giving birth. You know why? Can I tell you why? Because God needs to get as many babies here to help out with New Earth. God needs to get as many babies here to help out with New Earth. Do you know what I mean by that? So anybody, B-O-D-Y, that can make a baby will get pregnant. Not. One day I feel like Village of the Dam. We're all going to go to sleep and we're all going to wake up pregnant. I swear to God, I believe that. Let me put my glasses back on. I can't see without it. Why do I know Shiva Lagam stones? Why does that ring a bell? Greetings and grand health, Dory. Happy belated birthday to me. Happy belated birthday. Why didn't you come on yesterday? Happy birthday to you, Miss Kimberly. Happy birthday to you, Miss Kimberly. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. What's my favorite part? And many more. Happy birthday! Yay! All my mixed cap sages. That's what I have to call you guys. Tracy, my daughter's very sick. Will she pull through? What the hell? That's not a question you should be asking on here. What are you talking about, Special K? I don't. You can't do that to me. That actually makes me very nervous. No, I can't answer. You just made me very nervous. That's not fair. If you want to get a reading, get a reading. But those kind of questions, I tell everyone, if you have a question, it's a reading. Now, I understand your daughter is sick, but that question made me very nervous. I can't answer off the top of my head. It will be unfair psychically to you for me to do something like that. I am not your spontaneous God. No, no. But I'll give you a prayer for illness. So hold on a second. You want help? We're going to take this straight to God. I'll help you, all right, but I'm going to help you the right way. I will not play God with your daughter's life. No. We're going to do this the right way. By the way, get this book, everyone, Power of the Psalms. It'll change your life. Well, first of all, when you have lost faith, I would like you to read Psalm 77, because that's all about faith. Healing rays. Oh, there's two. When you have a hard time understanding why you're going through what you're going through, the Lord's Prayer is the psalm to read. And I believe the Lord's Prayer is 123. Let me just make sure. I haven't been in church enough to remember these things anymore. 123. No, I do like 123. Oh, maybe it's 121. No, they're very similar though. 121 and 123 is very similar. Okay, let me just say it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in the green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thine art with me. Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Lay hands over your daughter and say that prayer. Okay? I had it here, then I lost it. It was for healing rays is Psalm 102. I like healing rays. Let's see what it says. Psalm 102. And read Psalm 102 all the way through. Okay, sweetie? Okay. Oh, it's the 23rd Psalm. Thank you. Oh my God. Yes. Who said that? Gabrielle, look at you. No wonder you passed that nursing school, girl. Okay, 23rd Psalm. Lay hands on your daughter. And let me tell you something about laying hands. It is not dramatic. Just touch her. It is not dramatic. So the 23rd Psalm and Psalm 102. Carry your Bible to her hospital bed, because I'm assuming she's in the hospital, and trust what God is doing, whatever that looks like. Trust. All right, guys, are we good? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Do you guys follow that guy? I forget what his name. Lord have mercy. Ashe. Aw. Amen. Aw. Many prayers. Aw. I have that book. Do you? Get this book, people. I bookmark it often. I bookmark the book often. All right. Over 20 years. Yeah. I believe you, sweetie. I don't know when I discovered this book, but I discovered it in a Botanica, of course. It's where you can find this book. And yeah, I believe you. It would have to have been over 20 years. Anna Reva was the shits back in the day, but I did not like her oils. She used to have oils, but man, those shits were watered down. I don't like watered down shit until I learned how to make my own oils. Then I was like, fuck it, Anna Reva. But I've always loved the book though. And my favorite on the back is the Serenity Prayer. So let's do that real quick. God, grant me the courage to change the things I can, the serenity to accept those things I cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. Hi, TikTok. I didn't even know that on my tagline on TikTok. I may not always be right, but I am never wrong. I actually got that from my auntie, who's also a Leo. Hello, everyone on TikTok. How are you doing? All right. I had planned to join yesterday, but my husband had other plans all day. I went to sleep at 8:30. Girl, be with your husband. Be with your husband. You just brought a stainless steel necklace with that saying? How cool. Oh. Oh, damn. I got TikTok on. I got to do my job. If I keep getting up, oh my God. Instagram locked me out, but I don't know why. I don't really care, Instagram. I'm tired of you too. Okay, let's do my job. The 5 things you need to know for December 27th. Do you hear the plane? That's the little water planes. I'm in the flight path of the little water planes. They come in from Florida. 5 things you need to know for December 27th. Snowstorm, Ukraine, China, extreme weather, immigration. If you would like a reading with me today, text me 213-458-7408. 213-458, where is it? 7408. If you would like a reading with me today. I do have some opening still. I don't know if the morning is still open, but I definitely have readings today. All right. I am your official YouTube correspondent for YouTube. It's not official. Nobody asked me to do this job, but it is a necessary job. So it is officially unofficial. 5 things you need to know. Snowstorm, Ukraine, China, extreme weather, immigration. Snowstorm. Days into a deadly winter storm that disrupted travel nationwide. Officials in Buffalo, New York are plowing roads to get to stranded drivers and make way for emergency vehicles. At least 27 people have passed as a result of the storm in New York's Erie County, many of them in Buffalo. This is Buffalo's second storm, which was buried under 43 inches of snow and slammed with severe blizzard conditions. Last week's winter weather travel mass continues to linger this week with more than 3,900 flights canceled. A majority of them have been operated and canceled by Southwest. They're putting Southwest on blast. All right. Ukraine. Repeated attacks by Russia on Ukraine's power grid have left the capital of Kiev in the dark. A potentially deadly risk to people who use life-saving medical devices. I'm sorry, guys. Russia's persistent assault on Ukraine's energy infrastructure has at least temporarily left millions of civilians without electricity, heat, water in these freezing months. Russia president is now calling for negotiations. You can't negotiate with this man. Even as his own foreign minister gave Ukraine an ultimatum. Over 4 occupied regions, according to the Russian state media. A Ukrainian presidential advisor fired back in a tweet saying, Putin needs to come back to reality. All right. China's in trouble, y'all. China will drop COVID-19 quarantine requirements for international arrivals beginning January 8th. Why is anybody going into China right now? Guys, don't go into China. International arrivals? For what reason are you all going into China right now? Don't go. Not right now. 37 million people have COVID there, and it's increasing. All right. So they're stopping COVID restrictions for international arrivals. A major step toward reopening its borders that has shut off the country from the rest of the world for nearly 3 years. I didn't know that. Inbound travelers will be required to show a negative COVID test obtained within 48 hours before departing to China. China's National Health Commission announced late Monday. Currently, travelers are subject to 5 days of hotel quarantine and 3 days of self-isolation at home. Restrictions on airlines over the number of international flights and passenger capacity will be removed. I didn't know they had such strictness. According to an announcement, China has sealed its borders since March 20th. I didn't know that. It prevented the spread of the virus. It didn't. Keeping itself in a global isolation, even as the rest of the world reopened and moved on to the pandemic. Oh, it didn't work. None of it worked. Oh, did you read Psalm 21? J.I. Cole, the Empress. Oh, look at you. I love that. All right. I don't really get what's going on in China. I will do a reading on it, guys. I will do a reading on what is happening in China right now. Okay, extreme weather. Back to weather. Weather-related tragedies have not been limited to the U.S. In northern Japan and in other parts of the country, heavy snow have left at least 17 people passing. and more than 90 other injuries over the Christmas weekend, authorities said. Japan has been increasingly adverse weather conditions in recent years, including a heat wave this summer. And in the Philippines, floods triggered by heavy rains took out 8 people. Immigration. There are nearly 1.6 million asylum seeker applications pending in the U.S. immigration courts and at U.S. citizenships and immigration services, the largest number of pending cases on record. There has been a massive increase in asylum cases from the fiscal year 2020, when there were 100,000 pending cases. 100,000 in 2012, to 1.6 million in 2022. Well, that's a 10-year difference. The asylum seekers are from 219 countries and speak 418 different languages. According to the group that conducted the analysis, about 3 out of 10 are minors, and the leading countries of origin include Guatemala, Venezuela, Cuba, and Brazil. Meanwhile, some state officials remain at odds with the president's administration over the country's immigration policies. In the latest sign of dispute, several busloads of migrants were dropped off outside the residence, near the residence of Vice President Kamala Harris in Washington, D.C., in freezing weather by the Texas governor, which CNN left out. Let me tell you something. Immigrants are some of the nicest people. And I have to tell you, if I was on that bus and people told me to get off in the middle of freezing temperature with my child, they would have to arrest me. Because at least if I got arrested, I would know I would be warmer than out in the streets in the middle of the cold. They would have to arrest me. No one should have gotten off that bus. But immigrants are some of the nicest people that they tend to follow orders. But I want to remind you, immigrants, to stop following orders, especially if you're coming in from Texas. If you're coming in from Texas and they tell your ass to get on a bus, don't do it. Don't get on a bus. You don't, with Texas, you don't know where the bus is taking you. You don't know where you're going to land. And for them to then bring you to a place and then say, get off the bus with no resources at hand, they got off the bus in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. That's wrong. And everyone needs to contact the Texas governor and start telling him, like, you better stop, because that's wrong. All right, guys. I would think the largest country would take a long time. Okay. Oh, it is terrible, Lottie. Prayers. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, sweetie, you can just make your oils. Everyone can make oils by using olive oil. Olive oil is blessed anyway. Beyond that, whatever you add to it is magic. All right, guys. I'm totally going to stop here. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? Southwest Airlines is having some major issues. But I think they're having staffing issues, guys. Oh, look at this. Japan is requiring negative COVID tests if you're coming in from China. Ciao. Also, my Asian people, contact your grandmas. Go to the elderly. Y'all are depending upon pharmaceuticals, and the elderly Go to them for herbs. They have the history. Stop depending upon pharmaceutical. Also, on January, wait, when are we doing it? Shit. Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, Priestess Ifa Sheye is coming on to talk about herbs that can cut a fever down if it turns out we don't have any supplies. Okay? Because the way I see it, if Japan is having problems, then it means there's going to be a shipping supply. So if they don't have supplies in Japan, we're not going to have supplies here in the US. So at the very least, let's get educated on what type of herbs can cut a fever down. All right? No one's playing doctor here. We're saving lives. And only if there are no medicine to be found in CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, the bullseye. Okay? So she's going to come on next Wednesday to talk about what herbs can help reduce fevers. All right? Or maybe something else that can help reduce fevers. All right, guys? Oh, good, Lottie. Of course. Make your own. Yeah. All right. So Asian folks, go to your elders before they start passing away and figure out what herbs. Chinese medicine is so big in the US. So why are you all dependent on pharmaceuticals? We go to Chinese people with a wall full of herbs. Why aren't you guys doing that? Go back to your elderly and talk to them. They got the knowledge. All right, I think that's it, guys. Is there anything else I need to talk about? No. I will be back on to do dashikis and bonnets. I did not come on yesterday for dashikis and bonnets, but we're going to go over the first and second day of Kwanzaa. All right, guys? I love you guys. I love you. Take it easy. Bye. I don't have no time. I need to come on at 10:30. All right, I'll figure it out. I should come on around. Let me see. 10 o'clock. I should come on around 10:30 for dashikis and bonnets if anybody cares. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye. Oh, call me for your own personal readings. 213-458-7408. My YouTube viewers, thank you for subscribing. Keep it up. I got a lot of videos to present to you guys. My IG, follow me. What are you doing? TikTok? Follow me. I love you guys. All readings are on Zoom or FaceTime or regular phone. But it's so much more fun on Zoom and FaceTime where I literally show the cards to you and describe the cards to you. Bye, guys. Bye, TikTok.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live.